kid steps in the way of the passing lane and gets the 2. Yeah, Maryland started out in that first round almost nervous, to their point that Kevin Willard had admitted, like, look, we got to go Julian Reese's way. They were 1 for 9 and had 4 turnovers in their first few possessions in the first round.
Got to protect that basketball around Gillespie. He was a wide receiver in high school, so you know he got good hands.
Yeah, he picked up some SEC and ACC football offers. There's Lake for 2.
That's going to be.
Got his 15th double-double. You saw his numbers in the first round against Grand Canyon. And if not for a guy named Cooper Flagg at Duke, he would be maybe a lock for National Freshman of the Year. Good ball movement for the Rams here on this possession, and Lake brings it post. They work it around to the second side instead. Driving baseline, staying vertical. Bemba forces that tough shot in the turnover. Another deep one. Lake goes pack to pack.
They need to be. Gillespie gets a good shot right there. You got Reese rolling. Now you got to get a stop.
Colorado State trailing by 2. They're one of their last 9 going into this possession. Bemba, handoff to Lake with 6 on the shot clock, pulls and ties it at 68. And Lake, those are the 5 for Colorado State. They get it into the hands of Clifford, trying to back down Miguel. Lake, that's for the lead. Gets it!
The selections committee used to look at the trends of how you were playing. I can't imagine thinking that they wouldn't look at how well Colorado State has been playing over the last 6 weeks or so, because you want the best teams in the NCAA tournament.
Jalen Lake with the left hand. Wide open is Carson Templin, and he lays it up and in. Of course, the Rams had to say goodbye to Isaiah Stevens after 5 incredible years. They're a great guard. They've done okay without him. Blake curls around, falls away, hits the bucket.
Head coach Joe Mazzulla, they throw out ideas, and the big thing in the NBA is spacing and shooting threes. He's brought a lot of those concepts to Utah State.
Mazzulla played for him and then coached with him. So if you... So full court pressure. This is Bowen Bourne, the transfer from Northern Iowa. Good three-point shooter. Jorgensen handoff to Lake. Lake gets in and scores and gets in for Boise State. Thrilling win against a really good New Mexico team. New Mexico, the #1 seed in this tournament. Boise
just gets a nice hand as he heads out. Colorado State, a big stealer, and then whoever wins the American Class 5.
Well, you know what they've done, Andrew? They picked up the pace a little bit instead of, they were kind of like Leon Rice said, they kind of stepping in mud for a while. Now they're starting to push it a little bit more.
Late floater is good. Pretty. Justin McBride heads out.
Nevada sticking with the zone.
Davidson has done the bulk of the scoring for Nevada tonight. Lake fakes a shot, takes it 2, and he's finally got his first field goal of the...
And the people in Boise sensing that they need a stop right here. Down 4 on senior night. Pass the hat. Lake, come on. Under control. Right.
He's able to lead this team. Just put them in the right spot. You need a coach on the floor if you're going to play with bigger bodies. He is that.
The hands of Clifford dig it out. He sprays it to the wing. Transition 3 hits.
Open up this game in a flurry. Senior night, freshman showing out.
Last month made his first start for the Broncos against first place New Mexico. Delivered a career best 21. Broncos.
R.J. Keene making the extra effort.
One of the keys to Colorado State's win in the first meeting between these programs, protecting their defensive board, only allowed 5 offensive rebounds to the Broncos. Lake whirling back to that right hand, and it counts.
forget, I almost said ambassador, a Rambassador with Colorado State, a part of the athletic department here. And came to the game today, and, well, his Rams off to a 15-2 start.
An amazing start. A couple of 3 turnovers already for Utah State, and just shooting the lights out are the Rams.
That one, friendly bounce, uses the teardrop to go, stops the 8-0 run.
What I love about Utah State is their bench production, and they bring in guys that produce and can change the complexion of the game. And right now, starters a little flat, so you need Drake Allen and Carson Templin and company to come in and make an impact.
That's the one thing about Utah State. Their depth is really an advantage for them. Tough catch for Lake, but an ankle-breaking move, and the floater. It's his first as Nick Clifford gets an ovation going back to the Colorado State bench. These fans here at Moby Arena pretty excited about what they've seen from their team so far. Why not?
Well, if there's one play that's going to be aggressive, it's going to be Jalen Bedford. He is no shy to that bat. He loves to stay aggressive. I look for him to have even more of a bigger role offensively now that D-Don's out.
Last 7 points of this game have been scored by UNLV. Colorado State's missed their last 5 from the floor. Lake, who's hit a 3 already in this first half, steps inside the line.
Too caught up in what you did in the past.
Alongside Darren Collison, who played a lot as a youngster at UCLA. Chris Lewis with you here at the Thomas & Mack. Jalen Lake slices down the lane and delivers the tears.
38-3 of the season.
Well, and in conference play, Nick Davidson and Xavier Ducell are the only 2 shooting the ball better than 32% from deep. And you see there, stretching the floor is Nick Davidson.
And then Jalen Lake with the answer. The key. Couple dribbles, hands out to Rollison. Deep 3. Halfway down, popped out. Rebound CSU. Rams want to push in the front court. Here's Nick Clifford. Got it to Lake. Another 3. Off target. Not playing tonight. And John Ramey, the fine radio announcer for Nevada, told us that Steve Alford told him in the pregame that he's out for the year. 3 try up and good. Bamba top of the key. Now to Bourne off the screen for 3. Missed it badly. Rebound tracked down by Morton. Here's Lake, left baseline. Teardrop is up and in.
Easy about that. Bowen Bourne doing his best job getting his hands high. Rollison doing everything he can there.
Down the lane. Lake on the feed from Williams.
weapons, don't they, Greg? I mean, it's just one weapon after another on this team offensively.
3 for 3 from deep for Ian Martinez coming off that 30-point night. 57-36. Lake, he answers.
No, okay.
Yep. Didn't need that 3. We'll take it. Dexter Acano.
Acano's had a nice season from Oregon State, transferring over.
Lake, he drills a 3-ball.
Front runner for Mountain West Conference Player of the Year is on field. Airball's a corner 3, but Meek Clifford has really elevated his game from a year ago. He's definitely on the NBA radar. 6'6", long, can rebound, can defend.
And he cuts in from the right wing here. No look pass into the corner. And stepping in, dropping it.
He is up and good. That's the freshman Kyle Marshall knocking down the 3. Just his 9th 3 of the season.
Yeah, and that's one where you see guys closing out short, playing the statistics there. But that freshman's playing pretty confident here as he's already gotten 2-time Freshman of the Week in conference.
In the paint, Jalen Lake with the pull-up. Got another by Ethan Taylor with an early 12.
And those are tough. Other than the one layup, everything's been, 15 feet and out. And there, the degree of difficulty, 10 out of 10. That step back with Jalen Lake draped all over him.
Lake a good look at 3, and that's on target. Fouling against Mills, his second personal, 16 foul. So one more, the Falcons being the penalty. Catch and shoot 3, right side, Jalen Lake.
What a dive, weak side from Joppa.
Selahusky working his way in on Joppa, lays it up, missed it. Rebound Joppa. Here comes CSU. Rams by 11, ahead to Lake. He'll lay it in.
Man, those points in the paint like you spoke about. Now the Rams on a 2-20 run here in points in the paint in the second half alone.
Yeah, it was 12-12 at halftime. Rams have it in the front court. And Colorado State can go in their offense. It's now 32-14 points in the paint. Joppa going to remain in there with the 4 personal fouls for Colorado State. Ram ball. Job out front. Got it to Clifford high to the right. Shot clock winding down. Sitting at 7. Clifford off a high screen. Takes it left. Back out to Lake. He'll penetrate. Reverse pivot. Floater up and in.
With the Rams, Niko Medved's team 11-7, kind of an uneven non-conference, but 5-2 in the Mountain West. They've played better in every aspect, including this guy in the Mountain West. That's a long 3 there. West play from the field. There's some guys that are improving as they get into conference play, and he's one of them.
That's why I like the upside of this Boise State team. You've got Pearson Carmichael, who's now not going to redshirt. Lake, they switched or hard hedged almost perfectly, just as Niko Medved walked through today at shoot-around.
Everybody talks about Colorado State's offense, and it's really good and it's fun, and they move the ball, but they defend. Lake! And he's bumped and he scores. There's no whistle, but a terrific drive by Meadow.
The made basket allows Boise State to pick up in full court.
Press break, Clifford, hands off Lake, and he gets the roll. Shot clock down.
And steals. This is where the depth of this roster gets a chance to show what they can do.
Yeah, Clifford's off the floor. Belich is in for...
It done. Wasn't about being a pretty possession, but the gritty offensive rebound and the beautiful finish by number 7.
Yeah, Belic, you've started to see him be more and more comfortable after coming off of that injury, missing some.
As a wing is very, very rare. And pursued that loose ball and was able to earn another possession.
Yeah, 6 boards along with 8 points. You just mentioned little mini triple-double watch. And CSU keeps getting the offensive rebounds. And they make.
That's Lake in traffic. Bemba into the corner. And that's Crocker Johnson. Lake straight on 3. Got it. Second chance. Defensive metric. They're second in the nation in field goal percentage defense. 8th in the nation in three-point defense. That's a corner 3, and that's good. Jalen Lake stands his role, comes in, ready to execute. And corner 3 got this crowd going. Yeah, you can hear the crowd loves him. That's a nice look inside. Lake. Lake off the screen. Jorgensen, and that's Lake. A Lake clock 3, and he hits it. Well, Jalen. Bad of losses people think for Utah State. And for Colorado State, yeah, their schedule is going to get a little tougher here. They still have to play Utah State twice. They play Boise State twice.
Tried to dunk it and he got it all. Well, UNLV coaching staff, they're incredulous. They wanted a foul there. That's a lot of contact at the rim. 3 try. Wait. Goes down for Jaden Henley, who's at the hot hand early. He has 8 for UNLV. That does snap that 8-0 run. Snaps a 2+ minute scoring drive for the Rebels. Here's Jalen Lake. Catch and shoot 3. Splashes it in. Tone the Rams to hold it up. Ryan Evans obliges. Walking across the timeline. 60 seconds to go in the first half. Comes Ethan Morton, driving left into the paint, finds a back cutter. It's Lake at the rim. Back here for CSU. Clifford going to throw it in. Comes into Lake, fires up a triple at the buzzer. No good. Dwight Bedford made his first 2 shots of the game and has missed his last 7. Back, let me check that. Has missed his last 8. 79-62, the Moby crowd to their feet. Again, no students, so no pep band today. None of the 3,000+ students that usually come out. But the community has showed up today for this one. From the corner, Lake cuts inside the paint, got to the rim, and lays it in with the floor for the Bulldogs. There's Lake down the lane. Couldn't get it to go, got his own board, and the putback. So Weaver to the free throw line, kid out of Aurora and prepped at Smoky Hill, my alma mater.
That's right.
You got to get a little Hill pride in there.
Yeah, oh yeah. Shameless plug, I like it.
That's right. Missed the free throw, then the Rams on the other end.
Already giving a little bit of notice there to limit that physicality before the ball's even inbounded. Clifford bumped off the ball there. Lake on the skip pass, all net. Jalen Lake. Colorado State, once upon a time, had a 9-point edge. Here's the kick to Lake, who's back in. Medium range pull. Vasquez stepping back. Corner 3 on the way. That comes up short. And now Clifford. Lake puts on the brakes. So next one is going to send the Rams to the line the rest of the way with under 7 to play here in the second half. Curling around for a 3-pointer, and they don't need free throw. Nganga, the blow-by, goes right past Japa. Washington almost stole that one. Evans now. Working for Lake. Lake looking for a spot, steps through and finds it.
Obispo, played his final year at Nevada. He was courted by a lot of big-time programs, decided to join the Wolfpack. He's had some big games, had some big moments, big-time game-winning three-pointer against VCU, but also still some moments where he's finding himself as the three ball is up and in for Lake. Bride's pull-up Jay is cash. He sort of shakes his head as if to say, where's that been?
Nice little pull-up there by Justin McBride. Another big defensive possession for Nevada.
And some life out of the Lawler Event Center crowd. The cut, Jalen Lake banking in as he got past 5.
Be okay. 12:02 to go in the first. 11-10. Colorado State with the advantage. Inbounds. Lake left corner, another three on target. 10 to shoot. Harris against Morton, drives in the paint, ball got poked away. It's loose, and it came to CSU. Evans with a full head of steam. Skip pass, found a cutter. Lake at the rim. Yes. Got to Clifford, and he's going to bring it across the timeline for CSU. Clifford with just the 7 points. Clifford on the crossover, couldn't get down the lane. Got to Lake, he'll get down the lane. Turn on, jump hook, up and in. Back, 2:44 to go.
Really would like to see the Rams go to a zone and just see if this Radford offense can score some way other than just driving at the rim.
Top of the key, Nick Clifford with it. Straight away, sends it to the right side to Lake. Fakes the three, penetrates in the paint, pull up two. Beautiful.
Flips it up and in for two. Damascene, the leading scorer, but it started. Brandon Jennings, highly touted freshman, 6'4", from Richmond. They were so excited to get him. They believed in him from the moment the staff moved from Utah State to VCU. They saw something recruiting locally. And Virginia, rich with talent, whether it's Northern or down in Richmond. Lake forces it up and in. But make no mistake about Sean Marion. He was a bad man. What a winner. What a competitor. What a talent.
Pretty looking shot from Jack Clark.
He's got
talked
that.
About he was a guard coming out of high school, so he has those capabilities of stroking it.
And you think about this team's offensive upside. He's only shooting 22% from three this year, as Jalen Lake, who was together, a lot of laughs, a lot of time on the bus, team meals, practice. You know, that's what I miss about coaching, those moments with your players where you're just around them, spending time, laughing. I used to have NBA TV on in my office, so I knew the players would stop in and stay a while. Oh, what a pass.
Feed it side. Clifford to Sol lays it up and in, and it's 15 for the grad student. They leave the other end open, though, for Lake, and he takes advantage. Rebound, and makes it a 6-point game.
3 offensive rebounds now for Furman. He puts it in the paint. The experienced big man thriving under Ryan Odom and his very talented coaching staff, continually getting better. I just love how VCU's grinding. Ooh, Jalen Lake. Contact. They're going to keep their 4 guards around Jack Clark here for now. Got to make your free throws, though.
Not a single Colorado State player has hit more than 1 3. So who do you target right now? Instead, they go for 2. And Clifford and
his first bucket bumps on top by 5.
That's the best thing we've seen from Baskin early in the season is a rebounder. He's leading the Bucks in rebounds, about 6 a game.
14-9 Colorado. Driving late for the reverse. And a half step then going away from the basket. Quick pass on the block to Trevor Baskin. Lost it. He got too sped up that time. Turnover Colorado.
There's a knockaway there by the defender from the backside.
7 turnovers for the Bucks. Late again a 3. Yes, from downtown. Control. Hammond. Cross-court pass taken from Baskin. Misses the 3. And Clifford's got the rebound.
That was the right play, though.
Lake works the dribble, wants to drive into the paint, bottom of the circle, steps through contact, no whistle, but he got the bucket off the 1 left. Rams basketball. Lake dumps out to Morton. Bemba back to Morton. They play catch out top. And off the Lake, he's a shooter. Fires, hits, and a potential 4-point play. Julian Hammond on the nice feed by Trevor Baskin for the block. Hammond has got 5 in the second half, 13 of the game.
Well, Baskin was backing in a much smaller player, and they had to go help, and that left Julian open for the 3.
Julian Hammond has become a very consistent shooter for Colorado in his career. 3 ball for the Rams from deep in the
and took that face cut, you got to feed him right away. Get him activated early.
3 on the way by Jalen Lake off the mark. He was 2 for 3 from distance yesterday. Lake again. There you go.
No dishes, no cooking.
Right?
You know?
I don't mind the cooking.
I did a little cooking FaceTime with my kiddos.
Oh,
so
nice.
That was fun.
Well, you got to help out. Oh! Right at the cup. A terrific take by it back. TCU on a 9-2 run. Shot clock low, and that shot is awry. Here come the Rams. Thanks so much for that report, Autumn. And Coach can clearly hear you, Christy. Lake buries another triple. TCU trying to end a Rams 7-0 run. Corner 3, Reynolds. Morton is there for the rebound. Colorado State continues to work really well on the glass.
So I said that was going to be a major deal, especially for TCU's ability to get to the O-board.
Bang again from
the ball nice and high in there for that offensive putback. But both teams are attacking the cup with some ferocity.
David Punch with 7. We're tied at 68. 3 minutes to go. Bourne back to Clifford. He thought about the 3, puts it on the deck. Good defense by White. Shot clock into single digits. Lake. The little floater was... That pass almost picked off and then is, and ahead of the pack all alone, up and in. So we're tied at 17 here in the first half of a semifinal game. Santa Clara awaiting the winner today to meet them in the championship game tomorrow. Lake is wet. See what I did?
Rip screen action.
Clifford leaving it. Kicking it back out. Lake, triple try. Wet. As you take a look at Clifford's numbers. That second free throw too strong by Mason. Less than a minute to go. The advantage is 7. Lake right to the rim. You can't let that happen.
Dribble drive, far baseline, skip pass. Catch and fire on the way from Olabode, and he airballs it. Rams quickly the other way off of the airball. Lake to the rim will lay it up off the glass. Colorado lead 46-42.
On a dead ball, he just explodes in transition. Somebody's got to be there. Keyshawn Williams specifically, just a step late. It costs you 2 points.
Lake just inside the arc, near side, knocks down. Jalen Crocker-Johnson for Nick Clifford. Catch and fire 3, far wing. That's no good, but the long rebound pulled down by Evans. Jalen Lake pulls up from 19, and Jalen.
Guard the back screen with Dia. They're not going to switch it. He said a ball screen. They're going to stay basic and not switch it. So that's going to give Dia a lot of opportunities for some pick and pop.
Morton kicks it out to Lake. He's got an open look and knocks it down.
And just physically tough drivers. I mean, right there, Padula's put his shoulder in him. He was just more physical, really had a chance. Ole Miss with pressure of their own, kind of token 2-2-1, 1-1-3.
And then Padula just shoot it there. Instead, he dished it to Dia.
Yeah, he's just trying to be unselfish, but he did. He's probably not really used to playing, on the post, without just driving it. Good ball movement, Colorado State. Tough shot. 2 no dribble passes back-to-back on the break. I mean, the percentages just skyrocket.
6 points for Morrell, his second made 3 today.
I'm just really impressed with Dia. We talked about it earlier. Just when I say get impressed, he gets driven back with Lake.
Brown Jones splits the pair.
Good court pickups from Ole Miss. The biggest thing a coach wants to see right here is just the energy level, attention to detail in the game plan and scout.
That's good.
To other big games. Maybe it's a really, really good start for him for great things to come in the future. Ole Miss, again, picking up at half court. Good pressure by Padula.
Brown Jones takes a seat. He leads the way for Ole Miss with 13 points. Clifford, he leads the way for Colorado State. He is 13.
Same play, same shot. They have kind of figured it out. They've overloaded last 8 minutes of this game.
Lake is wide open. Oh, gets another.
Maybe a pick and pop three for Jalen.
Euro step by Padula, and he fronts it. Jorgensen back in this game, brings down the board. He has 3 today, the freshman. Evans flips to Lake. He has 5 threes today. Now he scoops inside, kisses it home.
They're 2 wings. But you know, they're hedging the ball screen right there. Good recognition by Murray. Jalen has a step in off the pick and pop.
Under 2 minutes to play at the Landers Center. And Jalen Lake now up to 20.
Gray curls off the screen, got to the foul line, steps inside, fires the jumper, missed it. Up high for the rebound, collecting it is Lee Clifford. Pushes ahead to Lake. Jalen round the back, slicing through the lane, spins, shoots, and scores. Letting it up and in is DeAndre Gray.
Boy, too bad. Nick Clifford had a chance to find Kyle Jorgensen. Instead, he telegraphs it, just staring down the other side when Kyle was running hard at an easy, wide-open layup.
Morton has it on the inside, kicked out Lake, corner 3, splash. Jalen Lake.
And Jalen Lake are 10 of 20. The rest of the team was just 2 of 21 until that point. So it's a good sign to see a couple other guys knock down some shots.
Little full court pressure here for DU, and Rams break it into forecourt. Lake will go coast to coast, and the finger roll goes. That's a pretty move.
And the freshman downhill, back-to-back possessions there. Quick turnover, then that quick, easy layup.
12-10, Rams by 2. Lake left wing, mid-range 2 is up and good. Boy, Jalen Lake picking up Roy. The game, true freshman out of Plainfield, Illinois, the Chicagoland area. Ram basketball into the forecourt. Jalen Lake working in the front court against DeAndre Craig. Gets it to Bowen Bourne out front. Inside 13 minutes to go in the first half of play. 17-13, CSU holding the advantage here. The foul line, Crocker Johnson out to Lake. Hoists up another 3, and why not? Top of the key, 9 to shoot. Left wing, Atkins drives the lane. Reverse layup, missed it. Rebound CSU. Rams want to push it again. Morton, Lake, transition 3. You bet. Left wing, it's Atkins off a high screen, drives to the foul line, tried to dump it off inside, taken away. Fine defensive play by Jorgensen, the freshman. Lake front court. Jalen high on the right side, penetrates left in the paint, steps through, lays it up and in. Thing of beauty. The contest for the Tigers. 4 in the shot clock here. Jalen Lake inbounds, deep 3, left side, book it. First personal and the first team foul. Went against Williams. Inbounds to Crocker Johnson. Clifford to the corner. Kyan Evans. Kicked out Lake. Another triple. Why not? 2 for 2. Gundule with the left hand up off the window and good.
And the help's got to come a lot quicker than that. By the time the help's there, he's already got 2 feet in the paint, already going up.
30-26. Rams down by 4 with $1:10 to go in the first half. Jalen Lake spinning left down the lane. Jump hook up and in.
Both ends of the floor. You're going to find out what this half is going to look like here quickly.
Landglade picking up his 3rd personal foul. First team foul against the Tigers here in the second half. Here's Crocker Johnson, held scoreless in that first half. Hands off to Lake. Pulls the trigger at the elbow. Splash.
Now there as they're both kind of bumping on the way to the position to the rim.
Rams on the inbounds. Lake catch and shoot 3 left wing. Bullseye. Trying to get it to Crocker. Johnson has the mismatch on Jackson to his right. Jumper's up. Oh, he missed it. Rebound came to Evans on the right baseline. Out to Lake. Fakes the 3. Pull up 2 off the window and good.
Keeping him out of the paint.
Let's see if the Rams can extend this further heading into halftime. Left down the lane. There's Lake. Turnaround jumper up and good.
Only the second 3 they make. One from, like he said, out in Moby's parking lot. And just a great job defensively collapsing in, especially on Punham's drive, a guy who's really attacked us inside and been a menace.
Great backdoor feed. 24 remaining in the second half. 69-44 Colorado State. Morton up top of the key. Now to Bemba. Angle left, it goes to Clifford. Now to Lake, straight away. Triple, yes sir.